For your thoughts, but perhaps we can discuss the state of the nation as regards insecurity in just a moment, as very, very sadly, a senior officer and 3 soldiers were killed in a fierce encounter by the Islamic States of West Africa province, ISWAP, in Borno State. Really, really very sad indeed. But this is becoming, of course, I mean, it's no longer news. I mean, because we keep seeing it happen and play out in most parts of the country, especially up north in Borno, in Zamfara, and all of that. Perhaps we should just stay with you, and as we round off the conversation tonight, Alhaji Usman, because you're up north, you are in the region that seems a bit troubled in terms of insecurity. How are things at the moment? Because, I mean, we've heard that this war has been, we've technically defeated this insurgency. But I wonder what the atmosphere is like in Adamawa State where you are.
Well, in Adamawa State, we are relatively peaceful. We do not have the type of the level of insurgency attacks as it was before now. But unfortunately, what really surprises me is the lack of seriousness on the part of the government itself. If you remember, just of recent, the Attorney General of the Federation publicly made known to the people, to Nigerian people, that over 400 people have been arrested, have been shortlisted, and they are billed to have been arraigned before the court of law for trials. But unfortunately, up till this moment that I speak, I don't think if there is any single person publicly made known to the people that Mr. A and B also alleged who has been arrested among the 400 that he claimed the government has identified, and through their own system they have identified and have effected arrests on them, that they are going to deal with them. And so long as you are keeping secret some of these things, I don't think people will be warned in terms of how they intend to handle their participation in terms of support and the way things are going in terms of the security system of the country.
All right. Well, Kule in Ibadan, the your state capital. I mean, because you're always present in the country, but sometimes or most times you are not. Talk to us about the community, I mean, Nigerians in the diaspora. When they hear news like this, does it affect their urgency to come back home and probably invest in this nation?
Right, definitely. When you hear about this kind of stories abroad, most people would ask themselves one question: why am I going back to Nigeria to go and invest my hard-earned money in a country where there are always people killing each other, people are always attacking military formations? Now, that is what is very scary. If you have these people attacking military formations that are supposed to be fortresses of security for the country, then it tells you that there is no form of security in this country at all. Now, what that gives you is a negative impression to the international investing community. They don't want to come to Nigeria and invest. They look at Nigeria and see danger every time they look at it. Now, our PR system, our information system is not helping matters at the same time. So, diasporans don't want to come to Nigeria, but some of us still come because we believe in it. Unfortunately, when you look at the northern part of the country, which is where this is prevalent, one question we ask ourselves is this: don't we know who and who these people are? Of course, there's the impression that they are known. There is an impression that there is an agenda as well in these places. That is why these insurgencies are happening. That is why when you have the Attorney General of the Federation say they've arrested 400 people, but nobody is being prosecuted, then you begin to ask yourself, what kind of agenda do they have? And that's what you get to hear on the Al Jazeera, on the CNN, on the Sky News abroad. And that creates negative impression to everybody looking to invest abroad. Nigerian high commissions, embassies across the world, they can't do anything about it because they don't have the correct information. in any event, the social media these days, they are the first set of information machine that people get to know of. Even before the NTAs, the Galaxy, everybody gets the information, is all over out there, and the impression is negative. What I would say is, let the government look at these things closely. Let there be honesty of purpose in tackling insurgents in this country. These people are not spirits. We know these people. We know where they are. You know how to track them if you deliberately want to track them. Let there be intentional purpose of dealing with this situation so that you can save lives and properties. People cannot just walk into military formation and start killing an army general. That's preposterous, and that's what you're getting in Nigeria today, and it's very scary.
Well, gentlemen, we have to go now. Yes, I mean, fascinating insights. We have to go now, but perhaps we could bring in Achike into the conversation just before we round off our conversation tonight. Gentlemen, Achike, I'm wondering, this issue of insecurity in the country, I wonder what the enablers are of the kind of insecurity we've witnessed so far in many parts of the country, in Zamfara, in Borno, in Niger State, even here in the southwest, southeast region has also been troubled in very recent times. But what one wonders, I'm also wondering, what do you fear the most when you look at insecurity in this country at this time?
Well, I think if there's anything to fear, it is the fact that, or the fear of the country, disintegrating completely. Because when that happens, all of us are in very serious trouble. But I think there's a feeling of, helplessness and hopelessness because people have looked up to government all these years, and only, especially in the past 6 years of the Muhammad Buhari administration, and people have not seen anything to give them confidence that this government is hell-bent, 100%, in tune with fighting the insurrection or fighting, the insurgency that is going on in this country. Nigerians have a belief that their army is capable, that their military is capable of defeating the insurgents. Of course, we all know what the Nigerian military has been able to do over the years in many parts of the world, especially in West Africa here, in Liberia, in Sierra Leone, and other places. And for us to be assaulted in the way and manner we have been, our territorial integrity being questioned by a group of insurgents, and not to be able to do anything about it, I think is something that worries a lot of Nigerians. And then when you now look at it again, and then in terms of the posturing of the federal government, then a lot of suspicion comes up in the minds of Nigerians that perhaps there are some things that are happening at the background, and the government has more than a passing interest in what is going on in the country. And also these have been the problems with the insurgency and with the acts of violence that are going on in this country, that the government is not coming out clean with what is going on. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Perhaps you can just round off on your thoughts in 20 seconds.
Okay. So let me quickly. And of course, the contradiction is the fact that we had, one of the countries in the Middle East telling us about the people who are causing problems in the country, the insecurity. And then you will expect that the federal government will receive that information with both hands and be glad about it. But it would appear that the government was not happy while the country was willing to expose the names of the people committing this havoc in this country. The Nigerian government, decided to pamper them and said that they are investigating it and that they are going to prosecute them with nothing being done. Why are you afraid of exposing these people when a foreign government has been able to do that for the good of this country? And so that's why Nigerians believe that this government is involved in an unwholesome manner with what is going on in the country. And it is sad to have that impression about a government that has a commitment to protect the people.
Well, gentlemen, that's a good place to anchor our conversation. We'd like to thank you most kindly for your views and insights on the program tonight. Thank you so much. Perhaps you can, yes, sir. All right. So, of course, from Ibadan, we had Kunle Aderemi, the CEO, Invest Africa Media Limited from the UK, is also the immediate past General Secretary, National Association of Nigerian Communities. Thank you so much for your insights live for us from Ibadan, the your state capital. And of course, from Yola, the Adamawa state capital, Alhaji Usman Ibrahim Wakili, former special advisor to former Governor Admiral Murtala Inyako on electoral matters. Thank you so much for your views and insight. And here in Lagos, public affairs analyst and of course the friend of the station, Chike Chudi, also joined us live from the mainland area in Lagos. Thank you so much for your views and insight. And of course, Murphy Abanone, also political analyst, joined us earlier as well on the program. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your views, insights, and perspective. All right, so that's how we anchor conversation tonight. Thank you so much for watching wherever you've watched from around the world. Thank you so much for being on the other side. I am Kelly Egiga. Good evening.